What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about the new Plunder experience in Camo 2.0, some exciting features and changes that weren't in WarZone 1, plus even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also as a big reminder, we have a couple more days left to go for my Blackcell Battle Pass bundle. I'll be announcing the winner right before May the 1st. In order to enter, send me screenshot proof on Twitter or Discord of you signing up for Aura using my link down below in this video's description. The sign up is completely free, and you won't be charged for the app if you cancel the trial before 14 days. Aura is an all-in-one security app offering a solid VPN, password security manager, live credit score checker, and even more. The link that is down below in this video's description. But along with that, as a reminder too, I did open up a brand new merch page as of a good, week ago. We have my bomb plushies now available for pre-order, and some of my other existing designs that you probably saw myself selling before, and I have some other really cool merch coming up this summer. So once again, check out DK Dynamite store. Any support is, of course, appreciated. But with that being said, since Building 21 is accessible as of this weekend, as it always is, every Friday to Monday morning, the trophy hunt event couldn't be easier right now. It's honestly the fastest method in grinding those trophies out for those out there that want to get as many rewards unlocked as possible. You just hop into Building 21, kill some AI, kill real players, and you'll get 12 trophies in no time. You could then secure the trophies at one of the stations or just exfil safely to make sure that all those trophies do register on your account. But this is actually a big week coming up. So this Monday we have the release of the Cyber Riot bundle, which I'm personally looking forward to. I'll be streaming the countdown to that release. I'll be doing a bundle review live on stream as well. I'll be doing that with some of the cooler bundles that do release across Camo 2.0. Then Wednesday the 26th is the expansion to the trophy hunt event, in which other rewards will be unlockable, bringing us closer to being able to unlock the other operator skin available there at the menu right there, as you can see. And then Friday the 28th, I'm debating on what I'm going to do with that, but instead of a podcast, you might end up doing a countdown and review of the new Thunder Front Chaser pack coming out, because blue is my color, and I couldn't be more excited for this awesome looking pack that is coming to the game as of next week. So got plenty of content on deck for you guys, as well as some other really important videos that you don't want to miss out on. So make sure you guys have notifications on here on the channel. But speaking of events, for those out there that didn't get a chance to finish the Path of the Ronin expansion with Season 2 Reloaded to unlock those universal camos like Winds of Ash, Blowing Blossoms, one of those camos is still unlockable as of right now, which is interesting. So a bit of a stealth update or some stealth news that you probably didn't know about, since nobody out there has really made videos about this or mentioned it much on Twitter. The Winds of Ash camo that you could unlock by getting 50 headshots with a sniper is still obtainable right now, even though Path of the Ronin is gone from the event tab. So if you guys do this as quick as you can, hopefully before they end up patching it at some point, which I don't see why they would, but if you go ahead and get 50 headshots with a sniper right now in any game mode, you could unlock that event camo that we all thought was gone. But in terms of the Blowing Blossoms camo, that camo didn't have a challenge behind it, since in order to get that, you had to unlock the Winds of Ash on every other weapon type. So it makes sense as to why that camo isn't obtainable anymore. But I am curious, right? If you had Winds of Ash unlocked for every class besides a sniper, but then unlock the sniper Winds of Ash right now, will that unlock the Blowing Blossoms? Maybe that's possible, but at the very least, one of those camos is still obtainable despite Season 2 Reloaded being over, of course. Now, we did get our first look at Plunder in the recent blog post for Season 3, and even more information about some of the new features that weren't in WarZone 1's version of Plunder in the recent tactical overview that we got for WarZone 2.0. So as they went ahead and wrote, update, this blog has been updated to adjust the in-game features available at the game mode's launch and insert the accurate win condition. It's going to be $2 million in cash. Obviously, in WarZone 1's version of Plunder, $1 million in cash was the amount you needed to actually, get the game over into overtime, and then you can win the game that way, since the countdown timer would begin. I think it was around 4 to 5 minutes that would count down, and then whoever had the most cash would win the game. Originally introduced at the launch of the previous version of WarZone, Plunder is a squad-based respawn-enabled mode where cash is king. The squad that collects the most cash after a set time limit, including an overtime period once a squad hits $2 million in cash, will win the match. During Plunder, you can eliminate enemies, complete contracts, partake in events, and clear out strongholds and black sites to earn cash. Operators can choose to hold their cash, deposit it by using a cash deposit helipad somewhere on the map, or procure and use a cash deposit balloon for mobile transactions. Outside of being the main resource for a win condition, cash can be used at buy stations to purchase valuable items like cash deposit balloons, streaks, powerful redacted weapons, wonder what that is, and other new rewards. So yeah, for those that didn't know how Plunder worked back during WarZone 1, that was a good description of what to expect here in WarZone 2's version. But I'm excited to see how different it's going to be going for max amounts of cash, or kind of trying to catch up with a winning team by utilizing strongholds, black sites, doing contracts, things that we didn't really see much of in WarZone 1, right? All we had in WarZone 1 was the ability to kill other players, take their money, or do contracts. But here in WarZone 2, we have the strongholds and black sites and other new features we're going to go over that allow you to kind of boost your way through that $2 million cap. And once you hit that cap, it'll enable overtime, in which you can then earn even more money to just keep that lead, or if you're a losing team, you can kill other players and get more cash for doing so to maybe take over the lead, right? And again, there's an unlimited amount of money you can hold in a match, but $2 million is the cap before it enables overtime, which I think starts like a 4 to 5 minute countdown, like I said. But I'm also really happy to hear that cash deposit helipads and mobile deposit balloons are coming back. Those are things that I wouldn't have been surprised about if they weren't featured at launch in Plunder 2.0, and something that we would have to wait for in a future update. But luckily, all the things that we knew and loved about Warzone 1's Plunder are going to be available day one when Plunder comes out during Season 3 Reloaded. Now, shall I also remind you that a little while ago, gameplay actually surfaced of Plunder being force loaded into a match of Warzone, and that was posted by, again, the usual suspects at Datamine Early Got Info over on Twitter. Most of those accounts got suspended. Of course, can't show you the footage on screen for obvious copyright reasons either, but we have footage, images, icons, all types of material floating around Twitter, and even, I think, their telegrams. So I'm sure you've probably seen it by now, but in case you haven't, again, just be aware that there is some spicy Plunder material out there on the internet. Now, something that nobody out there has really talked about that much is the list of Plunder ranks you're going to see when you complete a match. I can't show you the images on screen for obvious copyright reasons, but you'll know exactly where to look, right? That usual Twitter account that does post all the early information. You'll probably see is at on screen so you can see. And these ranks will be dependent on how much money you had during that match. I know in Warzone 1's version of Plunder, we had several different icons you can get from, I think it was like platinum, ruby, diamond, gold, bronze, silver, and they're going to be a little bit different here in Plunder 2. So the ranks are going to include champion plunderer, ringleader, heist lead, jewel runner, pillager, thief, bandit, and even burglar. So I believe that was an order from greatest to least, again, depending on how much money you had. I believe anything over like 2.5 million will probably get you champion plunderer. Anything below that will give you ringleader, and it'll go down from there. Maybe increments of like every 2 to 400,000 will give you a different rank when you complete a match of Plunder. But again, this list of ranks is subject to change. It might not be the final list, but images do exist of each of the ranks we just mentioned. So those might be the ones we see at least at launch of Season 3 Reloaded. And, you know, we're getting a Warzone ranked mode from Treyarch at some point in the mid-season update as well, or possibly later. And that mode, without a doubt, will also have its own set of ranks and icons, similar to multiplayer ranked, with a rank like Iridescence. We might end up seeing a bit of a crossover where we start seeing certain ranks in Plunder that are taken from the multiplayer or from Warzone ranked, etc. And they might be named after some of the camos in this game. So I wouldn't be shocked if one day we see an Orion or Polyatomic icon for doing something special in Plunder or even Warzone ranked mode. But when it comes to what's new for Plunder 2.0 that was not in Warzone 1 at all, we do have the following in-game events that will happen. So as it says, this new version of Plunder features a few changes to the in-match event system, new buy station items, and permanent rewards. First, here are all the events that can happen during a Plunder match. We first up have Blood Money, which was originally an LTM for Plunder during Warzone 1.0. Now it's going to be an in-game event for this version. So double cash is earned for eliminating and looting operators during a Blood Money event. So that's cool. I'm assuming we'll still see Plunder LTMs in the future for Warzone 2, but Blood Money just won't be one of them. That's going to be an in-game event instead. And we're also going to see some other events called Cannon Fodder, Contractor, and even Chokehold. We're not sure what those mean, but obviously a separate blog will be posted during the mid-season updates release, in which we'll get more information about what will actually happen during these in-game events for Plunder 2. Note that multiple events can happen in a single match, and some of these events are better to experience for yourselves. So I wonder what the RNG will be like for these events. Multiple events could happen, but I wonder if all events are guaranteed per match, which is probably important to know if there's going to be some in-game challenge system where you have to do a certain amount of events in Plunder. We'll just have to wait and see once the mode does end up coming out. But with that in mind, there's also going to be a few new buy station additions with this version of Plunder. First off, the credit card. Save more with the official Bank of Adal Quickscope card, now with 10% cash back on any and all purchases. No application or rank skill division credit score is necessary, just a small introductory cash fee. Remember when ATMs were in Warzone 1 and everybody out there thought there was going to be some big overhaul or update one day where maybe you can save cash in an ATM for a later match or something? That was always a theory that I believe was even part of a leak at one point, but that just never amounted to anything. So this credit card system, though, is going to be cool to see, and how it'll change up the way you can maybe make a comeback in a match of Plunder 2. We also have life insurance. Leave a legacy until you respawn, that is, save 50% of your cash on hand when eliminated by picking up life insurance for a small cash fee. So again, just newer ways that you can either secure your position in that game or to make a comeback later if things fall apart for your squad and you want to try to get to first place as quick as you can. Really cool options here that I can't wait to see play out in a full match. I mean, I made a couple of videos about Plunder specifically in recent years where every time a new version of Plunder came out, I'd make a video talking about how to get max cash as quick as possible possible, the best winning strategy, the best locations to go to. I'll make that video yet again when this version comes out in the next couple of weeks. Now it says, finally, whether you are casually playing matches or searching for every last reward in Warzone 2, Plunder offers 9 unique rewards at its launch for completing challenges. These challenges include winning Plunder matches, eliminating AI combatants or enemy operators, or just simply playing the game. Rewards for these challenges include a vehicle camo, calling cards, and even more. So what's awesome is that not only do we have the trophy event going on right now, which is getting an expansion in a couple of days, and another expansion during the mid-season update offering new universal camos like we saw in Path of the Ronin Season 2, but we're going to see a separate event through Plunder exclusively to unlock even more cosmetics. So as I mentioned in a video yesterday and on the recent podcast, we're all in collective agreement, I think, as a community, that Modern Warfare 2 has definitely been offering the most amount of free unlocks and cosmetics, which will hopefully calm people down who are upset with the pay-to-win DMZ bundles or the cost of certain packs being, a third or half the price of the game, right? The Blackcell bundle. So I am on board with them offering so many cool events, in-game challenges, and rewards every major title update so that there is still more to grind for aside from just mastery camos or high kill gameplays or dubs, whatever the case is. So that's awesome that Plunder will be offering vehicle camos, calling cards, and who knows what else, hopefully some blueprints just by playing the mode when it does come out. There's gonna be a lot to do when the mid-season update does roll around. I'll be covering all of that here on the channel, of course. Now, also a big question that I'm sure you guys are wondering is, will Plunder ever be removed? So every Wednesday we get a playlist rotation update in multiplayer and Warzone 2, and usually every Wednesday folks get pissed off when shipment gets removed or a certain squad size of Resurgence or BR get removed. It happens every single week, and I'm hoping that Plunder doesn't ever get touched like that. I hope it just remains a staple in Warzone 2 alongside DMZ, to where maybe squad sizes could get messed with every once in a while. I wouldn't be shocked to see that, but leave the mode in, right? It's unfortunate that we haven't seen third-person BR in a while. Maybe the player base wasn't high enough to justify keeping it in. It's unfortunate that, we've had a really weird rotation of squad sizes for no real good explanation. It's just never been explained. So I hope that at least Plunder, at the very most, stays in for at least 2 to 3 squad sizes. But if they could just keep all squad sizes in permanently, that would be fantastic for those out there that want to just use their loadout in Warzone as much as they can, or they want to do some in-game challenges, or just, farm up some XP by just playing something as casual as Plunder and not sweating their balls off in Resurgence or BR. Hopefully they keep Plunder in, but that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on our brand new details in regards to Plunder, the new in-game events, challenges, and rewards that we're going to be seeing in the next couple of weeks? And also, what are your thoughts on everything else we discussed? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.